Trump isn't tearing down American power. He's overseeing its managed decline. His job is to sell you that collapse as a victory. Mass deportations aren't about border security. They're about removing the workforce that kept manual labor jobs cheap. You are next in line to take those jobs. Picking fruit, washing dishes, scrubbing floors. Corporate America has been preparing you for it for years. They told you college was pointless, not because of woke indoctrination, but because they don't want you too educated to be a warehouse grunt. 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Wages have stagnated since the 1970s, while CEO pay skyrocketed by over 1,400%. The elite built their empire on your labor and debt, and now they're abandoning ship. Offshore accounts, private jets, billionaire bunkers. They don't care about your survival. They've made their plans. The U.S. economy is on life support. Corporate profits hit record highs, but American industries are collapsing under global competition. Oil is a prime example. American producers need $40 a barrel just to stay viable. OPEC can still turn a profit at $10. If they want to, they can flood the market and bankrupt U.S. producers overnight. Trump knows this. He's already watched it happen, but he'll still tell you to drill, baby, drill. His rhetoric isn't about energy independence. It's about running you into the ground. Trump's policies do not protect American jobs. They hand your future to global financial elites, those who own trillions through asset managers like BlackRock and Vanguard. These companies have no allegiance to America. They operate above national interests, exploiting markets and workers wherever it's most profitable. They see you as disposable labor in their global empire. America's decline isn't accidental. It's baked into the system. Predatory capitalism has reached its final phase. The rich have untethered themselves from the nation and its people. They will sacrifice you without hesitation. The ship is sinking. You will not be saved.
And I realized you were never supposed to know. You were never supposed to see how life could be different. Because if you never knew another way existed, you never questioned the way you were living. The system wasn't built for you. It was built on you. For a long time I wondered, how did this happen? How did a country so rich, so powerful, leave so many of its people struggling just to survive? And then I started to see the threads, the ones carefully woven together, decade after decade, to create something that was never meant to be escaped. Because here's the truth, the system was never broken. It works exactly as it was designed to. Your debt keeps you working. Your paycheck keeps you obedient. Your fear keeps you quiet. This isn't about individual failing to work hard. It's about a system designed to make sure that no matter how hard you work, you never truly break free. You were never the problem. The system was. I won't pretend I have all the answers. I won't pretend it's easy. But I do know this. The first step is seeing the threats, because once you see the design of the trap, it becomes harder to stay inside it. The second step is questioning everything they told you. Who benefits from you believing that that is normal? Who profits from you thinking that hard work alone will save you? The third step, stop waiting for permission. They told you to work, earn, consume, repeat. But what if you build something that the system of the comfort of believing it will eventually take care of you? But the truth, the system was never built to take care of you. It was built to take from you. And the moment you stop believing the lie, you start to become dangerous. Not just to them, but to the entire structure designed to keep you small.
I don't care for men who leave their wives. Men don't cheat because it's in their nature. Men don't cheat because it's in their nature to cheat, and they just have to have all these women. Men cheat because women are too good at cheating. I know plenty of men who cheat, and they think that they've never been cheated on. You can listen to their stories about their exes or relationships they've been in, and as women, we know, oh yeah, she was cheating on you. You just didn't catch it because she was too good at it. That's why a lot of men believe they've never been cheated on. It's because the girl never got caught. And so from the male perspective, if he cheats, the woman's going to get mad, but eventually she'll calm down and they'll still be together. From her perspective, she's like, I'm a cheat and get even. But he's never going to know. Let these brothers know and they'll stop cheating. If men knew that if they cheat, the result is you cheating, they wouldn't do it. They're too egotistical. They're too possessive. They're too insecure to know that another man is going to be laying up with this woman. But because women are so good at cheating, they can't even deal with they don't even know the repercussions of their cheating. Who cares if somebody gets mad at them if they're going to get over it? But as women, a lot of us are able to get over it because we cheat back. He just don't know it. Nah, let him know. You sneaking cheating doesn't benefit anybody.
The Federal Reserve is a privately owned, non-auditable banking cartel collecting $36 million an hour from the American people. So what I had to do, Mike, is I had to decide whether I was going to be an informed slave or get off the plantation. I decided to get off the plantation. At that point, I started educating people about what's going on. The main thing that's going on right now is people are asking a lot of questions. One of the major questions is, well, if the income tax goes away, how are we going to run the country? Now, the two things that I tell them, first of all, back in 1984, Ronald Reagan was president, and he commissioned what's called the Grace Commission. This commission came out with a report, and the report basically states that none of the money that is collected in income tax goes towards...
Breaking news. The IRS is rejecting a ton of returns. Yes, a massive amount of returns. This has been the talk of the town in the tax preparer circles. Let me fill you in on exactly what's going on. So each year before the IRS actually opens their main center to start taking everything in mass, they do what's called hub testing. Prior, generally, these particular tests are a little smaller tests where they pull a few returns, kind of check the systems, make sure everything is cool, which you would want to do before you do many hundreds of millions of returns. Well, this year there were slight changes, which I have talked to you all about. If you've been in my lives, you've heard me talk about that there were going to be less tests, but bigger tests. So fewer tests that were pulling more returns based on what they were trying to get accomplished. Well, what has happened, the talk of the town in the tax preparer circles or in tax professional circles over the last few days has been a massive amount of rejections. I've talked to a number of preparers and looked at a number of returns, and the common theme here seems to be the 1095A. 1095A being the form that you receive from Obamacare, Affordable Care, Marketplace, whatever you want to call it, returns being pushed through without that form. If your client actually had Obamacare, whatever you want to call it, for even 10 minutes, 1 month, and they had that purchase through the system, they're going to get a 1095A in that particular form. If they receive the credit, you have to put it in there or the IRS is going to reject it. Now, that was a big portion, probably a majority of the rejections that I saw, preparers who actually entered their client's information without that form. But the bigger thing that stood out to me, and y'all have heard me talk about this is really big, pay attention right here, is that I verified 2 clients who actually pushed through returns, had returns pushed through, and they were rejected because the IRS stated that they had a return already in place. That is big. That is huge. That is something I've talked to you all about this year, that getting things in fast was going to really be to your advantage. In this particular case, there were no other individuals that taxpayer knew that could have filed on their behalf. So it appears that someone on the outside, aka a hacker or something, had pushed their information through. It got pulled in the hub, which is one. It's not kind of like a lightning strike. It got pulled in the hub, and then just by chance, the other individual got pulled in the hub too at some later point. So the hub testing at some later point. So that is a really big development and something I have been telling people this whole time that would happen. Yes, if it's going to be to your advantage to get things early this year. And again, I saw 2 verified cases, but that I personally verified that this happened to. So we're going to see how all of this played out. But so you all know in the tax preparer world right now, rejections are a really, really big topic that everybody's talking about. A lot finna go on. Y'all stay tuned. Latest and greatest updates here. If you don't follow me on TikTok when it goes down, make sure you follow me on YouTube, LQ Financial Group. I'm also on all the other social media, IG, FB, at LQ Financial.
Is there, I mean, there's no law that says you have to pay federal income taxes, right? Is there a law on the books? So Americans that are watching right now, that are thinking they want to go down this rabbit hole as well, Is there a law that they would be running afoul of if they decided not to pay their income taxes? And I know you're not a Pied Piper for it. You're not encouraging people not to do it and go up against the beast of lawfare and deal with all of that. And I'm not either. I just want to be very clear. This video is for informational purposes only, and you can choose to do with it what you will and do your own research on it. But is there a specific law that people would be running afoul of if they decided not to pay their federal income taxes that you know of?
I mean, I could find none, and it wasn't like I didn't diligently search for the 2 years while I was an IRS agent, and ever since February 25th of '99 when I resigned, it's been nothing but a sincere, good faith effort, not some, BS thing where I can make a bunch of bucks from it.
Right.
I had to leave a very high paying government job, a pension, leave it all. And so I believe what I'm saying, but I want everyone else. What I really would like is just to inform people so that if they ever get served, they go on to serve on a jury, that they're informed jurors, that they actually can see, well, maybe I'll rest and wait and see, and not just think that guy or gal, sitting at the defense table is a tax cheat, Maybe the government, they've been caught in quite a few lies, especially lately.
Right.
Maybe the government has another motive, than telling us the truth and taking good care of us.
So you stopped paying taxes. Was there any retribution? Did the government try to come after you, try to take you to court, try to sue you, get you to pay taxes?
There was significant retribution for not cooperating or not doing it the way that they wanted me to. Again, I don't know how much time we have, but I guess I'll start with the big one
take as
first.
Take as much time as you want.
Well, the first or the biggest one was being indicted.
Here's what the future is going to be like. You walk into this